Dear students, in this lesson we are going to make an introduction to trigonometry and make our basic definitions to start working with it. Please watch carefully and take notes wherever you need. Let's start with the word trigonometry. If you look up this word in a dictionary, this is one of the definitions you will see. Trigonometry is a branch of mathematics that deals with relations between sides and angles of triangles. This is a very clear definition and basically tells us how simple trigonometry is once you build your foundations strong with it. Wikipedia is also giving us a clue about the etymology of this word. The term trigonometry was derived from Greek triangle and measure. These two definitions basically tell us what we are going to be dealing with for the rest of this course: triangles and measures that are related to triangles. Now, as a beginning, we are going to make some definitions. We are going to make our definitions referring to a right triangle. You can see that we have three sides of a triangle: A, B, and C, and also we have three angles. One of them is 90 degrees. That's why we call it a right triangle. And the side C is also called hypotenuse. And we have two more angles, alpha and beta. The first definition I'm going to make is called sine, and I will choose an angle in this triangle to make that definition. I choose alpha. You can apply the definitions we are going to make also to the angle of beta. But how about the 90 degrees? Yes, 90 degrees also has its trigonometric values, but we are going to talk about it later. For now, sine of the angle alpha is the rate of the opposite side to the hypotenuse. In our example, it turns out to be A divided by C, because the opposite side of the alpha is the side A. Now, if you're a student who is interested in fundamentals of everything you are learning, you might ask the question, why? Why is the sine of the angle alpha equals to the opposite side divided by the hypotenuse? The answer is not exciting. It's because this is how it was initially defined. When we choose the angle in a right triangle, sine of that angle is defined as the opposite side divided by the hypotenuse. The measure on the left hand side of the equation is an angle, alpha, which is degrees, and on the other side we have two length measures. If you divide a length to another length, you will get a number without a unit. For the sake of this example, I am choosing A to be 3 meters and C, the hypotenuse, is 5 meters. B is going to be 4 meters. These are only example measures for you to understand these functions better. Do not worry about the values, please focus on the definitions. Now, for the example triangle we have here, we can define the sine of the angle alpha as 3 meters divided by 5 meters. The units cancel each other and eventually we have 3 divided by 5 as the final result. As we also saw that the function sine is converting the angle into a number without a unit. Alpha degrees is translated to 3/5 by the function of sine. Our second definition is for the function of cosine. Cosine function is going to be defined as the adjacent side divided by the hypotenuse. And in our example, it is going to be B divided by C. Numerically, it will be 4 divided by 5. The next definition is called tangent, which is the opposite side divided by the adjacent side. A divided by B. And the numerical value is going to be 3/4. Now that we defined 3 of the functions, we will keep going and define 3 more: secant, cosecant, and cotangent. They are basically the opposite of the first three that we defined. Cosecant of the angle alpha is going to be hypotenuse divided by the opposite side. In our example, it's c over a. Simply flip over the sine function. Similarly, secant is the ratio of hypotenuse divided by the adjacent side. It's the opposite of the cosine function. And last but not least, we will define the cotangent function. That is the opposite of the tangent function. Only knowing these functions, we are actually done with the definition of the complete trigonometry subject. From this point on, what we are going to do is only understanding the relations between these functions and how to solve mathematical problems using only these 6 simple definitions. I'm sure that now you agree with me. Trigonometry is simple. It is only and only based on these 6 definitions. Let's move on to the next lesson and keep learning. Thanks.